You heard me make mention of it. The Commanders introduced a new alternate uniform and helmet design for the 2025 season, paying tribute to the franchise's Super Bowl winning teams of the 1980s and 90s. Inspired by the team's classic burgundy and gold color scheme under legendary coach Joe Gibbs, the new Super Bowl era look features a white jersey with burgundy numbers outlined in gold, matching nameplate lettering in striped sleeves. The updated helmet, by the way, retains the iconic gold face mask in striping worn down all three Super Bowl victories. Try saying that fast 3 times. So let's talk about it, shall we? Joining us is a man who has seen the old unis up close and personal when he played against the Commanders back in the day. I'm referring to former NFL player and NFL analyst John Booty back here on the Live Zone. Good to see you, my friend, and welcome to the show.
Hey, good to see you, Guy. And yes, I played against that up close and personal. And doggone it, the Washington Redskins back then, now Commanders, got a Super Bowl win out of it too. So I'm kind of upset about that still.
Well, so let's talk about it. In this case, I want to talk about your overall take. What do you think of what we got a chance to feast our eyes on just a second ago?
Well, I think it's a great thing because of nostalgia. You're going back into history, and there was that's a winning tradition back then, and it brings pride back to the Washington fan base, and I think it's a good thing. You know, I compare it to when the Eagles did it 2 years ago, bringing back the Kelly Green. You know, fans love it. The players love it because they see that was a hard-hitting team back then, or they competed, and now the Commanders have wear that uniform, and they know there's some Super Bowls tied to it.
Yeah. So here's the thing, though, John. I did a poll around the newsroom, and for the most part, everyone said, you know what? It looks great. It feels great. It reminds us of the old Commanders, or back then the Skins, as we called them. But what about the logo? There's the old school logo. What's going on with that? What do you say about that?
Well, you know, guess what? That logo that's on there, the W, that team came close to going to the Super Bowl last year. So, you know, they can't tie it all back into the I guess they could have, but they decided just, hey, let's go with this flow here and keep that winning tradition going. You know, I know it's 1 year, but they went it on a big note. 1 year is a big note for them to win all those games and make it 1 game away from the Super Bowl. So they got to keep it tied in some kind of way. But this other, the burgundy and gold with the white and jerseys, that's good enough right now. What you think?
I got to tell you, I'm just excited to see him play, and I'm excited to see him decked out in these new uniforms, which, by the way, will debut November 2nd during a Sunday night football game against the Seattle Seahawks. It's also going to be worn against, none other than the much-hated Denver Broncos and the really hated Dallas Cowboys, and that's going to take place on Christmas Day. So, John, throughout your years playing, obviously, you got a chance to wear a number of uniforms, I would suspect, and when you put on a new uniform, in this case, let's say one that reminds us of the old Super Bowl teams, does it change the player's psyche at all?
You know, it's amazing. It kind of does because you look at the teams that they played against. You know, you said they're playing against the Denver Broncos. They beat the Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl wearing this jersey, this uniform. And so the guy's going to say, listen, let's bring back, this is going to give us a little bit more of a oomph because we want to live up to what we started last year, but we also want to live up to what the burgundy and gold and the Washington Commanders did back in the day. So yeah, it can bring some nostalgia because the players going to be looking up in the stands too, seeing all the white jerseys and the new jerseys and the hats worn and all that stuff. Even though they have a W on it, but still, they're going to look in the stands and see all that and say, hey, this is a good time. We're playing on prime time with this uniform on. So it's going to be fun for them.
Yeah, it's going to be prime time in a major way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the other thing, though, John. I'm thinking, though, with the new uniforms, obviously comes new merchandise for the Commanders to sell. I mean, this is a great business theme, is it not?
Yes, it is. I mean, they're smart on their part, right? You know, a lot of teams are going back to the old school uniforms. And again, I mentioned up until Philadelphia Eagles wearing a Kelly Green. Sales huge, and people still wear Kelly Green when they're in the new uniform, not the original uniform, but the uniforms they have of today. But when they have those throwback uniforms on, people still wear them. So I anticipate that the Washington Commanders fans going to do the same thing, and I think it's going to skyrocket for them, especially they're winning.
I think you hit the nail right on the head, and to the point you made earlier, the last time you saw that uniform, what did they do, John? They went to the Super Bowl.
Right? And the thing about it, again, when I played for the Jets for 3 years, and the third year with the Jets, we had on a new uniform. Well, the old uniform, they were in the playoffs, but the Jets were long suffering. So for us as players back then, we were like, hey, man, this is a new uniform. It's a new us, so we got to perform, right? And the new uniform. So I still got to go out there and block, tackle, and make plays.
And that we will see during this new season. Yet again, Mr. John Booty, former NFL player and NFL analyst, joining us right here on the Live Zone. Truly appreciate your time, sir. Make it a good one.
Thank you so much. Yes, sir.
All right, guys, switching gears.